I want to bring in a Market Gauge Managing Director, Michelle Snyder. Michelle, right now Wall Street analysts are looking for the biggest gains in communication services, technology, consumer discretionary, all the areas that are getting absolutely crushed. Is it still possible for them to turn around and deliver those gains?
Well, Wall Street analysts are paid by Wall Street firms, and they only make money when they buy. So I think you have to look at where I'm coming from, which is I'm a trader. I'm not a passive investor. And my number one concern for our clients is risk. So if you take down those three sectors you just talked about, and we look at them in terms of their ETFs, let's start with the telecom space, IYZ. It's probably one of the most beat up spaces right now. The only thing that I can think of is that in 2020, to the low we just made in this week, is the potential for a double bottom? Absolutely. But do I think longer term that we're not going to go lower? No, I think we are. Mm-hmm. And do I think companies like AT&T and Verizon and some other communication companies are going to be the great market leaders? No. If we move on to tech, same kind of thing is that, again, the unprecedented times, that I'm not going to repeat what Lenore just said because she said it so beautifully, is in a situation now where that too, we've had little bumps to where we go up, but we're still in a major downtrend. Consumer discretionary, believe it or not, looks the best. And that's coming on everything that we've talked about in terms of debt being down and consumers having more cash coming out of COVID. But can it sustain? Inflation, higher rates, fear of recession. So none of those to me would be on my go-to list for the great rally that's going to be coming up and these great outperformers as the year goes on.
All right, so let's zero in on those on the stock side. What are you looking at? What do you like? I love when you come on because you come out with some of the most unique ideas. What are you looking at now?
Well, I still really like commodities. And if I can take a second, if we look at the 70s, what happened? Oil peaked in 73, 74, had one more little spur up. Food prices soared because of big weather conditions. Then the metals took off at the late 70s. We almost are perfectly parallel in terms of just those three trends. Oil could be peaking, although it could go higher. Food prices may be leveling off in terms of the rate of change of how high they can go. But gold and silver are still so weak comparatively. And once that dollar comes down, if there's any sign that the Fed says anything relatively dovish, that's where I still think we're still in a super cycle that's just beginning in terms of some of these commodities.
All right. And of course, before I let you go, you got to give me a crypto name that I've never heard of before.
Well, it's the Ape is actually a coin, and it's the Bored Ape Yacht Club. And the reason why it's so interesting is that it's tied to the Bored Ape NFTs, which all go for $400K plus if you're buying an NFT. So this is a really cheap way to get exposure to that NFT space.
Wow, that's really unique. I've seen it. I've seen talk of it. I've never drilled down on it. That'll be my homework assignment for tonight. Michelle, thank you so much. Appreciate it.